I'll continue with part 11 of the Blood Ledger. The Blood Ledger. Part 11. The 11th stands above the law. Detective James Holloway had seen corruption before. He had seen men like Victor Daney erase crimes, seen men like Dorian Price shape reality. But the next target was something worse. The 11th stands above the law, and Holloway knew exactly who it meant. The man untouchable, Judge Malcolm Arliss, a man who sat on his ivory throne in the courthouse, deciding who lived and who suffered, not based on justice, but based on power. Drug lords, human traffickers, corporate monsters, they all walked free under Arliss. The innocent, they rotted in cells. He had twisted the law into his personal tool, his black robe hiding the stains of blood, and now justice had come for him. The courtroom of the damned. Holloway arrived at Midvale Courthouse at 2 a.m. The building was silent, yet lit as if a trial was in session. Inside, the main courtroom doors stood open, and at the judge's bench Arliss sat slumped in his chair, his mouth sewn shut with legal twine, his eyes wide, pupils blown in terror, his fingers shattered, the bones jagged and twisted. A gavel had been forced into his hand, his wrist locked into a vice grip around it, and in front of him, a jury of corpses, 12 rotting bodies dressed in formal attire, sitting upright in the jury box, former defendants, men he had let walk free, their eyes hollow, their mouths stitched into cruel grins, and on the judge's bench, carved into the wood, he judged without justice. The verdict. A projector flickered to life. A grainy video played on the courtroom wall. Arliss, laughing, counting stacks of money. A voice calm, methodical spoke over the footage. You ruled over lives like a god. You thought no law could reach you. Now your verdict has arrived. Then a noose descended from the ceiling. Attached to it, a judge's robe, black, heavy, waiting. Arliss whimpered, his body trembling. The projector flickered off. The room went silent. Then a sharp kick against the chair. His body dropped. And when it finally stilled, the gavel hit the desk one last time. The final ruling. Guilty. The ledger grows. Holloway barely registered his own, breathing as he picked up the parchment note on the bench. 11 debts settled. The 12th commands through fear. His mind raced. Someone who ruled through terror. A leader who didn't need laws or lies, just fear itself. And the killer was coming for them next. To be continued. Would you like me to continue with part 12?